Good morning. How are you, all of you? Let me put on my camera so that you can all see me. Welcome, panelists. Welcome, participants, to today's event. Would like to give at least 2 more minutes to allow more people to join. We had registered quite a number of people, so I would like to allow at least some 2 minutes, then we can be able to start exactly at 3 minutes past 11. Thank you. Okay, I think we can be able to start, and then we allow other members to join us as we proceed. Good morning. My name is Maureen Mambo. I am the Acting Director in charge of Marketing and Communications at the Kenya Export Promotion and Branding Agency. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome all of you today for this wonderful session as we try to commission the e-portal. What is the e-portal? We have an array of speakers today who will be able to tell us what the e-portal is about and what this particular platform will be able to provide for traders, also providing a global platform for traders and buyers to be able to interact, get market intelligence, showcase their products, and do much, much, much more. I don't want to take the limelight from the guests that are here with us, the panelists that are here with us, to be able to tell us what they have in store on this particular platform. But before I proceed, I would like to recognize a couple of team members that are here. But before I do that, I would like to request Ruben. Ruben, would you mind beginning with a word of prayer for us?
Yes. Let us pray in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Father, we thank you for this session. We thank you for this event. We thank you for our participants. We thank you for our panelists. Lord, for this day you have indeed made. We should be glad and rejoice in it because we are marking a very important milestone in the development of this platform, which is for the good of our country. We welcome you into this session, Lord, that you may guide every step that we are going to partake of, that all shall be well. We honor you and we praise your holy name. For this we pray through Christ our Lord. Amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Ruben, for that. We'll introduce Ruben later on. You get to know who he is and what he's going to be presenting during this session. Before we proceed to our speakers, part of our panelists, I would like to recognize your attendance today. Thank you so much for making time to come and join us today. We really treasure and value your presence in this particular session. As we proceed, I would like to recognize any CEOs that are on board or representatives of CEOs that have joined this platform. I just want to give you 2 minutes, just say hi and tell us which institution before we proceed to our first speaker. So kindly, if you're a CEO, you've joined us today, or you're representing a CEO, kindly just unmute and say hi. And as we proceed, or just share your name and your institution on the chat box so I can be able to recognize your presence. Thank you, Johnson Mulari from Kenya Flower Council, for joining us. Amrit Parkin, Director, Drychem Kenya Solutions, thank you so much. I've seen and we recognize you and your presence today. Joseph Gitigi from Rathia Agrofarm. Asante sana. We have Rose Kira representing Equator Kenya Limited. Asante sana for making time for us. We have Wallace Waiguru, founder Eden Leather Goods. Asanteni sana. We also have Oliver Kevin, founder, OS Investments Group. Asante sana. We have Dominic Madenge, chairman, Pulocon Group. Asante sana for coming through today. I'm trying to read as many as possible. Felix Okach from APSEA, asante sana for coming and joining us today. We also have Simon Gakinya, the CEO and founder of Mount Kenya Specialty Tea. Thank you so much for making time today to come and join us. I've seen a jumbo and it's disappearing. Shanelle Hanan, representing Empire Kenya EPZ Limited. Asante sana for coming. Zakaria, asante sana for representing the co-founder of Lotego Group and Rich B Ventures. Thank you so much for joining us. We have Patrick Hagero International Limited. Asante sana. Johnston from Kanarak. Asante sana for also coming and joining us. Maybe I can take two more before we introduce our first speaker. Washira Theuri from Nathe Flowers. Asante sana. I will be recognizing the rest as we proceed, so kindly put your name there. I'll be reading out the rest that have joined us. Thank you so much for making time to join us today. I don't know whether our the CEO, Kenya Expo Promotion and Branding Agency, is around. Okay, I think we'll proceed. The CEO of Kenya Expo Promotion and Branding Agency will be joining us in a few minutes. But as he joins, would like to call our second speaker, who is representing Kenya National Chamber of Commerce and Industry. That is Mamaisa Kievieni, the head of special programs. Welcome, Mamaisa.
Thank you very much, Maureen, for the introduction, and good morning to everybody. On behalf of good morning. On behalf of KNCCI and the Trade Facilitation Consortium, which is a consortium that is run by the Swedish International Development Agency, we are pleased to be part of this e-portal soft launch. KEPROBA has been a long-standing partner of KNCCI, and we are very happy to participate in this journey together. KNCCI is heavily involved in safeguarding the value chains for wholesale and retail markets across the country, regionally and internationally. More so with the advent of COVID, we have come forward to support business reengineering and build resilience. This has seen KNCCI develop digital platforms for women in trade in 5 countries in East Africa, develop a KNCCI membership application and a marketplace, as well as participating in a retail and agricultural platform, which are part of the Trade Facilitation Partnership. Through this partnership, we have formed good synergy and working relationships with Ruben and his team, and the platform is eagerly awaited by our members. We would like to expand this to include our partners regionally and abroad. Export and value addition are some of the key tenets of KNCCI services, in which we issue certificates of origin. We have a vast database with over 10,000 members who shall indeed be the first beneficiaries of this portal. As we market Kenya with our various partners and events, a question is always posed to us as regards how do we understand more about the Kenyan market and its potential. The e-portal shall go a long way in supporting the business community as we support them to develop resilient businesses. Our membership has expressed interest in participating in the supply side of business and to help move their product into markets that would otherwise be a challenge to penetrate. Through this portal, KNCCI shall be able to establish the level of digital connectivity in market linkages and business visibility, the extent of inclusion in financial and digital payment solutions, the predictability and beneficial access to digital markets, and the market capacity and incentive to innovate solutions to facilitate trade. The COVID pandemic and widespread adoption of remote work have demonstrated the vital importance of digital infrastructure. We are cognizant of the promise this era of rapid technological change offers through the adoption of technology for better management of data and services. Importantly, we acknowledge that technological skills alone won't erase barriers to advancement, and it is in this regard we support inclusion and equality of opportunity for all Kenyans. A more modern digital economy shall lead to more sustainability. We congratulate the board and management of KEPROBA on the commissioning of this e-portal and encourage all present to be a part of this e-portal to help expand your businesses locally, regionally, and internationally. We look forward to onboarding our members to this e-portal. KNCCI remains a committed consortium partner. We would like to express our sincere gratitude for the partnership we have enjoyed and reaffirm our commitment to the successful implementation of this project and look forward to growing our partnership further in the pursuit of more resilient, sustainable, and a competitive trade environment. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mamaisa, for that wonderful speech and also your call to action to your members to join this wonderful tool that will be able to support them in trading effectively and efficiently across borders. Thank you so much also for your support as an institution that, we've partnered with you in several activities and projects, and we thank you for always supporting the work that we do here in Exports. Right about now, would like to call upon the CEO of ABNO to give a few remarks and also now proceed to make a presentation on what this e-portal is all about. Karibu, CEO.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning to you, Lucy.
Yeah, the CEO will be joining. I was actually checking whether he's been able to join. He will be joining. So maybe, Maureen, we can allow him to give his remarks once he's joined. So I don't know whether I can now proceed to be able to do the presentation on the portal.
Yes, you may, Lucy. Please proceed.
Okay. Thank you for that. So good morning once more. I will be sharing my screen so that we go straight into the portal on what it is all about and which components then we have in the portal. So I will go straight into it. So as ABNO, we have been partnering with the agency to be able to develop a portal that will be able to not only be able to have their own internal processes incorporated here in terms of functionalities, but also be able to work with the buyers and the sellers. And I think we have been very grateful for that. And we have walked the journey together as partners. And we are at that point where now we are actually able to launch the portal. So again, like I mentioned when we were starting, I'll just walk through what the portal is all about, which sections we have in the portal. So I hope we can all see the screen and it's clear. Okay. So the KEPROBA portal has 3 sections in it. So initially, once you access the link, which is makeitkenya.go.ke, you actually get to a page which we call a landing page. So in this landing page, it has features that can allow you quickly get into the different sections that you want to be able to access. You can also be able to quickly access different information that you also want to be able to get from this portal. So, and what we've done on the landing page is we've given accessibility tools. For example, you are quickly able to search. So if, for example, you just want to search anything from this portal, whether it is you want to talk about coffee, you want to quickly be able to access that. Whether you want to actually be able to access a page that has export the procedures, you can also be able to quickly access that from the search functionality. So this is just to quickly help the users once they land on this page to be able to know where they need to go next. The other tool that we have quickly added on the portal is the accessibility tool that you can see here. And the reason why we have this functionality included on this portal is just to make sure that users are able to be use the portal easily. So for example, if you want to see bigger text, you can actually be able to click on that, and the text will become bigger as you need it to be, and you can reduce it if you wish. So this tool is normally used for those people who want to actually also be able to reduce the contrasting of the colors on the portal as it is. So it's just to make sure that one can quickly also be able to walk through the portal without much of a struggle. So again, the other functionality that we have included, that once you get to the landing page that will help you quickly navigate through the portal, is the help option here. So this one will allow you to raise an issue that you have, because there are scenarios where you can land on the portal and you're not sure where you need to go. So once you raise this item, quickly there is someone waiting on you from the agency side who can quickly respond to you and be able to guide you on where you need to go on this portal. So those are some of the functionalities just to help one navigate through this portal once you land on the landing page, just in case you are not sure where you want to go to. So other than the landing page, we have included 3 sections on this portal. And the first section is About Us. So the About Us section is actually an internal functionality for Kiproba, where they have their own internal portal, where they can talk about their leadership, their mandate, the achievements that they have, what the agency is all about, and all the events that they carry through, and they can actually be able to access that. So if, for example, you just want to view the leadership that is there currently, you can quickly click on that, and you can be able to land on this page, and you can actually be able to see the details of the leadership, and that will also help you to actually be able to check on their legal mandate, which is their legal mandate. You can quickly access that and be able to read through and understand what they're mandated to do. So basically for the About Us, it's about the agency. So the other section that we have is the Kenya brand. And the reason why we have this section is just to market who Kenya is as a country and in terms of what we do. And when I talk about in terms of what we do, is those things that make us proud to be Kenyans, things like the sport, the culture that we have, the investments that have been made in the country. We also talk about the communities that we have, and at some point we'll just open some of those screens to be able to see how they are. And the third section is, which is actually the key one, is the buyer-seller, which is where the buyer and the seller get to connect. But again, they just don't connect on these sections. They are also able to do trainings, and that is why we have a section like the e-learning. They're also able to register for events that they want to attend. They're also able to register for the Made in Kenya, which is a mark that identifies their products as a Kenya product. So again, we will go a bit into the details of that. And on top of it, they are also able to gather more information in terms of how are we doing as a country in terms of the exports that we export to the other countries. And that is where now we talk about things like the market intelligence and all that. And so again, we will touch a bit on that, but then I just want us to first walk through the landing page, what it is all about. So again, on the landing page, we have this animated logo, and the animated logo is a representation of a couple of things. So key one is who we are as a country. We have one voice and the unity of the country, and that's why we have the color green there. And if you see the dots, there are actually 47 of them. They represent the different counties that we have in this country. And then we have the 8 regions, which is the black parts in the country again. And then we talk about the passion and the pride that we have moving forward, which is the arrows that we can see. And the green and black represents the female and the male in the country. So key focus on this one is actually on the counties. And when I talk about the counties, I talk about what are the products that are available in each of the 47 counties that we have in the country. So for example, currently we have Machakos there. So if you talk about read more, then you can be able to actually get an overview on Machakos. And you can also see the products that are there from Machakos, and you can actually be able to see what are some of those products that are obtainable from Machakos, what are some of the products that are being exported from Machakos County, what are those products that have a potential to be able to be exported from Machakos as a county. So this functionality is actually there for all the counties. You can quickly be able to go to each of the county that you want to check and be able to see that information there. So maybe the other item that I also want to mention is that we have the export procedures already in this portal. So for example, if I want to find out how do I go through the process of, for example, just exporting tea. So the moment I click on the export procedures, I should be able to search the product that I want to be able to see. And you can quickly be able to get that information, which is going to be a step-by-step information directing you on what you need to do to actually be able to export, for example, tea. So for example, you can all see on my screen that you have been given the different steps that you need to carry out, and you can expand on that. You can read through all the way through. So for any product that you actually want to be able to do an export, you can quickly click on the export procedures, be able to search that product that you want to be able to see, and you can follow through with the steps that have been provided to you to be able to just register and be able to become an exporter for that product. So that is the key activity or the key directions with the export procedures that have been provided there. The other key item that one can quickly access is the export statistics, and this is for information purposes. You can be able to see how we are doing as a country in terms of the exports. And the good thing is that you can filter with the year that you want to see. So for example, the value that we are seeing here is 2021 only. But if you want to be able to see any other year, you can scroll and you can see that value and the quantities are changing as you move this. And again, you can also be able to search any other product that you want here, that you want to drill down to. If, for example, you don't want to see the coconut and now you want to see something like tea, coffee, flowers, and all that, you can be able to search for it, and you can be able to search either in form of a product or as a HS code. So whichever is easier, then you can be able to use that to be able to search.
Lucy?
Yes.
As we go on, so there's a request to zoom a little bit so that there's more legibility. A little bit there. That's fair enough. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So again, on the landing page, you will be able to get the latest news from Kiproba as the agency. They can be able to update you whether there is a trade affair that is just about to happen, whether there is one that has already happened, whether there is one that you need to register for. You can quickly get that information from this portal and be able to action on it as directed by the news that has been provided. Also, you are able to get the latest events that are either to happen or have already happened. You can get that information. If you need to register for the event, then you can quickly be able to do the same and be able to proceed. Key other item that I need to highlight on this page is the registration of the newsletter. Again, if you want to be receiving a newsletter from Kiproba, you can quickly come to the portal and just be able to give your information as highlighted, your name and your email, and you can go further and specify, do you want to be receiving that newsletter weekly? Do you want to be receiving it monthly or yearly? So you can quickly subscribe for that. And going forward, then they are able to share with you their newsletter again for the information that you might need. So from a high level, that's the landing page. And now I would want us to move to the Kenya brand. So the Kenya brand, like I had mentioned earlier, this is a page where we just want to market Kenya, to let people know who Kenya is, what we are proud of, what are those things that we have, what are the tourist attractions that we have, the sport people that we are proud of, what are some of the investments that we actually have as a country, and why would people want to invest in Kenya as a country. And therefore, so if you look at the different sections that we have about Kenya, just to give a background of Kenya, and you can be able to even talk about our history as Kenya, why you also need to invest in Kenya. Then we have the people, and the people we are talking about, the iconic people that we have in Kenya. And in this page, you can read about who these people are, what they have done. All that information is actually provided here. Again, like I mentioned, we want also people to know why we are proud to be Kenyan and what Kenya has actually done. We talk about our culture. We have the 44 tribes, and we can be able to give information around that. People can read about the different tribes that we have in Kenya, what is unique about those tribes. All that information, again, is provided in this portal. We also want to talk about our communities. And the good thing about this functionality on this portal is that we are also allowing people to share their story. So if there's something about your community or something, and community, I mean, it can be the actual defined community or a story that needs to be told about Kenya, people can come into this portal and be able to actually share that story, and other people can read that story and be able to actually relate with it. So we have not only allowed people to read what is there, but we are also allowing them to actually come up with their story and be able to share that on this portal. When we talk about Invest in Kenya, is just again highlighting what are some of those things that we have done as Kenya, what are those investments that are there, and also giving people there out the opportunity to be able to go through the process of why would they want to invest in Kenya. Of course, the key one for us as Kenya is the sports. Again, we are just highlighting the sports that we do, some of our sportsmen and sportswomen, and some of the achievements that they have made. So this portal will be used to also be able to show that, and to also show how proud we are for the men and women out there who have been representing Kenya as a country. So again, that's the Kenya brand functionality and what it is entailed. Again, as I mentioned, it's a marketing tool for Kenya and for us to show how proud we are to be Kenyan. So the main section, which is the third section, is the buyer-seller section. And the buyer-seller section has a couple of functionalities, both for the buyer and for the seller in this case. So I will just first go through the different sections that we have here. So the moment that you click on the buyer seller, this is actually the page that you will see. The slider just showing some of the products that are there. And then we have some categories of the products that are already there and that are being exported. And of course, you have the animated logo that allows you to quickly access the functionalities that we had gone through when we were on the landing page. You can quickly access any of the county that you want to access when you're here. You can also be able to see the products that are available. Again, you're quickly able to access an export procedure, and you can also be able to go to the export of statistics and be able to filter that. So on this landing page of the buyer-seller section, again, there's a call to action that asks you whether you want to register as a buyer and also to register as a seller. So if you want to register as a buyer, you go through the registration process of a buyer. And again, you will also be able to register as a seller. And of course, the other services are just highlights of what Kiproba does. So again, it's for information purposes and being able to go through that. So when we talk about the Kenyan brand, once you have been able to register as a seller, This is where your name appears. One can quickly access this portal and be able to see your name and also be able to see the products if you have been able to upload your products on this portal. So they can also see your profile if they just want to read through who you are, what you do. So if they just say view profile, they can quickly be able to see that. And they can also see your products if you have uploaded some products on the portal. So the Made in Kenya, again, this one I'd mentioned is a brand that you actually get to register and be able to get that mark that then you can tag on your products that you are selling to the buyers as a seller. The e-learning, again, is also a place where we have allowed the sellers to be able to come to this portal and be able to register for a course. So for example, if you want to learn the basics for exporting, you can actually come to this portal and be able to register for this course and go through the motion of learning through and be able to actually get a certificate once you have been able to complete the course. So any course that you do here, you can quickly now be able to get a certificate for it and be able to now use it. The other section, which is again for the information, is the market intelligence. And this is very, very important because one, you're able to check the trade statistics that you have in terms of the exports and the imports that are done by the country. So if, for example, let me just open that. So, for example, if you click on the first one, which is a summary, you can be able to see the exports and the imports as they are displayed there. And you can actually be able to see the top export products. I hope this is clear. So the first thing is that I had mentioned there's a filter for the years that you want to see. So if, for example, you just want to see the 2021 only, this is actually what you'll be able to see. This is 2021 for all regions. You can see the total exports and the total imports. And as you scroll down, you can see what are those top products that were able to be exported in 2021. What are the total imports again in 2021, and what are the top products? You can actually also be able to see the same in terms of the different countries. So if you want to see a larger period, again, you just need to scroll that and you can see the figures are changing here. And you can even further go down and be able to filter with a specific region if you want to, so that you can only see that. You don't have to see the rest of the information. So you can see that is changing if you pick on that. So you can quickly come here even before you actually do your selling or your export or placing of the products and be able to just get the information that can also help in decision making. We have quite a number of them. You can be able to filter exports by regions if you just want to go specifically to a certain region and be able to see what are the exports there and the imports. Again, this will quickly help you do that. And again, the filter is there for the years, the region there. You can be able to see per product down here and the value. So it's quite a number of them. Again, you can go by country if you want to. You can also do the top export products. You can just, again, check on that and get that information. You can see which country, you can see the year, and you can actually see the products down here. You can see the value, the quantity, and of course, the unit of measure that is being used for those products. So all that information, you're quickly able to get it from this portal and be able to actually use it to make your decision. You can also be able to come here and be able to check what are those products that are restricted or banned, and you can quickly read that information from this portal and be able also to make a decision with that. We also have some market survey that are done So once Kiproba is able to do their market survey, again, you can come read that information from here. You can get the documents, you can get a summary of that. And if you want to download that information, you can also be able to access that and be able to download the same. So I think the other key one is the events. And so for the events, like I'd mentioned, the events will either be past events, the events that have already occurred, and if there are new ones that you can actually be able to register. And for the events, we have different types of events. It can either be a physical one. So like now we have a physical one here. You could also be having a virtual one or a hybrid where we have some people are there physically, all others will be able to attend virtually. So all those types of events are able to be set on this portal, and one can quickly be able to register for the said events and be able to also participate or attend those events. So maybe just to quickly now show what a seller would be able to see once they log in. So, so once you have registered as a seller and you've gotten the credentials, and just to mention, when you're registering, there's an approval process that happens by the agency. So you will first be able to key in your information, then it is sent to the agency. They will verify that the information is okay, and they will be able to now approve you and give you the credentials to be able to now log into this portal. So the moment that you log in into the portal as a seller, you will see what we call a dashboard. And the reason why you're seeing a dashboard is because the first thing that you want to do as a seller is to see whether there are people who have actually placed orders on the products that you have actually placed on this portal. So you can quickly be able to see what are the total open orders. If you have them, they will be listed here. You can be able to view them. You can be able to approve them or decline them if you don't have those products that the buyer is asking for. You can also be able to see how many orders have you been able to fulfill in a given period of time. And also you can be able to see how many orders you have canceled for various reasons that you are not also able to fulfill them. And the other good thing is, again, if you have already completed an order, you can come back and view if you want to see some more details on that order. The other thing as a seller is that you're able to upload your products on this portal for the buyers to be able to see them. So you can actually come to the portal and be able to upload your products. And products, I mean by image. You can be able to give the product information. Let me just maximize that a bit. Yeah. So you will be able to give the product information in terms of the category, what it is called. You will also be able to upload an image and even a video of your product that you want buyers to be able to see. And you can also now talk about the inventory. And when you're also talking about the inventory, you're also able to define the pricing that you're giving your products. If you have a discount, again, on this portal, you're able to define all that information. You're also able to be able to give some variants in terms of, if I'm out of stock, my buyers should be informed once I have a specific product that they were looking for back in stock. And also you're able to mark some of those products that you've uploaded on this portal that are not returnable, and those that are returnable, you can also be able to define that on this portal. And the buyers are able to see all this information. If there's a discount that is given to them, they are quickly also able to identify the discount, and they can be able to place that order. They can see the price for that. If it is out of stock, also they're also informed, and once it's back in stock, they can also be able to get that information all through this portal. So again, the orders I had mentioned, what that is all about is when an order is placed, you're able to see them here and you can be able to do the approval of the same. Courses are the e-learning courses that you registered for. So if you have registered for any of the course, it's going to be registered here. You will be able to see the ones that are in progress. So for example, if you post for a while and then now you want to come back, you will have them listed here. If you want to see the ones that you've completed, you can quickly be able to see them under the listed tab of completed, and you can be able to download a certificate. And the other good thing about this portal is that you also able to give feedback on some of the activities that you've carried out. So for example, if you've gone through a course and you want to give feedback around it, you can now come and share that feedback about that course, and the same now will be used for making any other decision that needs to be done. So if you've also registered for an event, you are able also to see that. Business will be information about the organization. Messaging is that we have allowed sellers to be able to send messages to sellers in this portal, or seller to buyer, or seller to the agency. These are just messages within the portal to just communicate instead of going off the portal to be able to communicate the same. You can quickly be able to send any message to the people in this ecosystem of this portal. So the Made in Kenya is when you want to register for the mark that is there to be able now to join the people who have that mark, and yes, and be able to get the advantages that come with it. And the profile is already the information that you put in as the seller. So as a seller, that is from a high level what you get to see once you log in, the information that you're able to get from this portal, and also the placement of the products, the whole process that you can be able to do that. And you can also be able to ask for assistance if you need to be able to be assisted to navigate through the portal. So just as I'm heading to the conclusion, I want to show a bit on the login of the buyer. So once you log in as a buyer, you are able to actually see the sellers who are already there on the portal. And you can actually be able to, for example, let's just view. So if you say view products, you can quickly be able to come to one of the seller, view their products, and actually go through the process of placing an order. So if, for example, I say add to cart, you will be able to have that item added to the cart, and it will be submitted for it as an order to the seller, who is, for example, in this case, Kevian. They will be able to see that you're placing an order for that, and they can be able to fulfill that order. Just to show a bit of view the details here. So what this does is that it's able to give a bit of a details of what this product is all about. If that is clearly being seen. Yes, so this information here, you can be able to see what the product is all about. What quantity do we have in stock at that particular time? And again, you can see the variants that I had mentioned when I was talking about uploading a product. So this product, once bought, it's not returnable. So that information is already included there. And then you can see how much it's costing for that product. So you can proceed to go to cart and place your order. If you want to inquire something, you just hit inquire. This message will be sent to the number that is placed on this portal for this particular seller. You can also message to the seller. So the message, the text that I talked about that you're able to message when we are within this ecosystem. So once I hit message to the seller, the number that the seller had put here, they will be able to see a message. Again, you can be able to WhatsApp that seller if they had put a WhatsApp number when they were creating their profile. And you can email a friend about this product. So this is just to make sure that people can also have referrals for the products that they have been able to access in this portal. So the buyer will be able to now go ahead and be able to place the order for this particular product, and they will now be able to go to the seller, and the seller will be able to now approve that order and be able to send back to the buyer, who will now be able to collect the items. And the other thing is that once you're done with the placing of the order, you can actually be able to review. You can review the product once it's delivered to you and give a rating for it. And you can also be able to review the seller who actually sold you that product. So that's the other functionality that is incorporated in this portal. And you are also able to carry out the events. Again, you can register for the events, just like the seller. A buyer is also able to register for events that have been placed on this portal, and they can also be able to attend. And we have the surveys where now you are able to, where the agency can be able to carry out surveys to just have a feeling of what is happening with the portal and the experience that the different buyers are also going through when they are making orders on this portal, and also in terms of the placement and the fulfillment of the same orders. So you can be able to participate in a survey as a buyer on this portal. So I think I will stop there. So the other thing that probably I just need to highlight is that we have done some integrations with some of the other entities. This is just to make sure that there's validation and integrity within the portal. So we have, for example, integrated with the business registration to just make sure that the information that is provided for a particular business is actually valid. So we can be able to check that and be able to confirm. We are also in the process of integrating with IPRS, that is in the scenario of the IDs, again, to just validate the users who are registering on this portal. And again, the other person is the KRA, again, for validation of the data, to just make sure that the PIN information that we are also getting on this portal is actually valid. So I think from a high level, that's my presentation. And yes, so I'll stop at that. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Lucy, for that very robust and rich presentation that you have made for us. Before we move on to any other business, I would like to call upon the ABNO CEO, Alex Baraza, to give us his remarks on this. Then we can be able to provide guidance on how best we will proceed. Alex Baraza, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Maureen, and all the members. Good afternoon. My name is Alex Baraza. I'm the CEO of ABNO Softwares. I would want to say that today marks actually is a huge milestone for us, given that we are officially commissioning this portal. The portal itself, for me personally, it's been exciting actually to be a part of this. If you go back to what Lucy has, the way she has done the presentation, you'd appreciate that this is a very noble idea, especially for Kiproba. And largely, of course, this is not a portal that has been designed for Kiproba, but this is a portal that has been designed for Kenya. I think what I'm looking forward to is that as we commission this portal itself, I would want to see that we actually actualize it, because for us, it's really not up to how nice we've developed the portal, but also how well, because what is the value, the very reason behind this portal. I want to believe that all the Kenyans will really have to benefit from all this. This is ranging from the aspect of the heritage that we're very proud of, And also when it comes to even the aspect of the information that the exporters will be requiring. And then at the same time, of course, ensuring that we are providing a level playing ground for every Kenyan to be able to utilize this platform and create visibility that is not only for the nation, but this is the information we are making sure that is available for the entire globe. So I'm really excited, and I want to thank Keproba team who have really walked the journey with us in making this, of course, a reality. We are humbled by the fact that we are given the chance to be able to realize this vision. And of course, being the partners with the agency, we are looking forward to see that we can also support even beyond today, to see that the very key objective of why this portal was initially conceptualized is actually comes to fruition. So thank you so much once again. And Maureen, of course, on behalf of Abno Software, we are excited to be a part of this. And we look forward to walking the journey with the agency to see if there's any other way we can make it to support and ensure that this portal is utilized. Because what I believe is that on the side of the agency, we hope and believe that, yes, a lot of marketing has to be done so that then the rest of the Kenyans who the portal was intended for is made to use, or actually they're able to utilize it. Of course, the other thing that is very key is to ensure that the information is up to date. And that remains very key, because when somebody goes there and they find that information is not up to date, sometimes actually then we can be able to, they get disconnected from the portal itself. Otherwise, once again, thank you so much. And I think I wish everyone else the very best. And we hope that even the team that is actually in this platform today, they will be able to help us to become the ambassadors of this same portal. Thank you so much, Maureen, and back to you.
Thank you so much, Alex, for your comments and your feedback, and also even urging our exporters to get on the platform, because there's no business if at all we are not getting on that particular platform. Ladies and gentlemen, I really thank you. And also, I want to mention that we have provided a platform that is interactive, user-friendly, and also easily navigable. You can call upon, we actually call upon the traders, exporters, buyers that have not registered to get onto the platform, and the platform is www.makeitkenya.go.ke, and register, and you can reach out also to us if you're finding it not easy to navigate, or even if you find any challenges, you can reach us on enquiries at brand.ke. That is enquiries at brand.ke. Right about now, we want to get into the question and answer session. And this particular session will be led by our own Ruben Wanjala, the Acting Director, Resource Center. But before Ruben begins to make his presentation, Ruben, give me a minute so that I can recognize a few people who've already joined us. I want to recognize Sheila Mukunya, the Founding Director, International Trade, Public Policy and Public-Private Partnerships, Africa Consultants. I want to recognize Patrick Hagero from International Limited, Pauline Okubasu Owit, Nairobi President, Juliana Rono, Karen Roses, Moses Kibekut, EPZA, Kibet Patrick from Ulster Limited. We also have Rishi Arun Parikh, the editor of Madafu newspaper. We also have Rajol Services Limited, building and civil engineering construction, also present. And also finally, we have the chairman of APSEA, Felix Okach, present with us. Martin, thank you for your comment. You have quite a robust system. And right about now, we allow Ruben to take over the floor to answer some of the questions that you have asked, and also you can be able to reach out on the Q&A question for your questions. Over to you, Ruben.
Thank you so much, Maureen. So colleagues, I have endeavored to answer quite a number of questions that have been posted online. I want to ask that if you have any additional question, please put up your hand and we'll pick them up and have them answered. Largely, as we all prepare for that, I want to reiterate a point that indeed, as you have seen, this system is meant to be quite robust in various respects. And we are working with various partners to just make sure that we are as good. We are working with the KRA just to make sure that somebody who says I'm registered, they actually registered. And I want to also give comfort that our interaction with KRA is not to police anyone for compliance, really, but just to make sure that if you say your company PIN is so and so, then it's a legitimate PIN that exists from the database. This is actually a system-to-system confirmation, and nobody is about to do any monkey business to make any one of us uncomfortable. There are several questions that have come through and I've endeavored to answer. Let me see whether there are any that are not answered. Rajo, hello, services building and civil engineering construction, okay. Thank you for that. Eric Oskey, thank you for the excellent presentation. Awesome, Catherine. Session was very enlightening. Thank you for the opportunity. Which are the payment methods? It's great and nice. Good. As it is right now, we have started off with the functionality of having the buyer and the seller be linked. So essentially, to refresh that, means in this first phase, we're very keen on the buyer and seller getting matched. Then they do the other bits in the conventional way. However, in phase 2, part of what you've asked, Catherine, is what we endeavor to have, that we shall plug in online payment systems for both local and international transactions. We shall also want to plug in the various other service providers, including warehousing, including logistics, so that we have an end-to-end solution. We also want to plug in other service providers, like, for example, packaging. If you wish to get somebody who can package for you a product, but we want to make sure that we have developed some criteria. When we have listed you as somebody who's doing packaging, then indeed you are there and you are doing a good job. Insurance and such like service providers that we can vouch for. So far as our good partner Abno have presented, we are looking at the buyer-seller interaction happens. And indeed, there's also something that I've seen those who are asking about statistics. Kindly go to that tab and see whether the statistics we have put there, they all answer to what you want. If not, let us know, because indeed this presentation, or this platform rather, is about to help you, to give you what you need so that you can do business. It has not been asked, but I'll want to go to illustrate something about payment or costing in terms of you, the seller. Is there a cost implication? We had given an introductory offer to the first 100 people to get registered. They will not pay anything. And so far, I think we are closing to 40, those who are fully registered, with others at different stages. They are about 50. And as my colleague has mentioned, the process of registration is quite rigorous to make sure that there is integrity on the information that we get from you as an exporter, and also what we shall get from the buyer. So we are keen that we have to validate the information that you give so that that is not misleading That is why a few are still going under consideration. So those of you who are listening to us and at different levels of going through, please take advantage of this offer of the first 100. Then we shall be communicating the cost implications. Those will come later. Alice Omai, thank you. You are asking, do you have a place on the portal with downloadable export registration forms? Alice, I wanted to know which registration forms you are interested in, because as an export promotion and branding agency, we do not give any license per se, because we are facilitating. Initially, there used to be an export license, which is no longer there. I would like to know what exactly you want to be available. But yes, there is a section for downloadable documents. If you so wish to look at it, kindly please do, and let us know what more we can enhance so that it answers to what you are expecting. Any other question? There was one of us who asked about the statistics. I've asked him, I think it was Ahmed, asked Ahmed if you could just go to that link for export, especially the import that you are looking at. Just see whether that report answers your expectation. If it doesn't, let us know so that we can tailor the report for imports for your uptake. Looks like I've answered quite a bit of what has been put across. Let me see whether there are any unanswered questions. Fantastic initiative, Patrick Miner. I hope this is real and not merely a data collection or idea mining exercise. Not at all, Patrick. As you can see, we have put in quite a bit of an effort to make sure that we give value to our Kenyans. We give value to Wanjiku, who is you and me out there. So this is not any other project that should just be for the sake of it. Patrick, you say, can you also talk about the plan for intellectual property protection within Kenya and without Kenya, outside Kenya? Yes, part of that is what we shall make available. For now, as an agency, we advise on what property intellectual, the protection of your intellect, how you need to have it done within the country and without. But yes, I think we can put together info on how that is done. Thank you, Patrick Miner. Juliana Tele, what will be the cost for using the portal? Yes, I've answered partly to that, Juliana, that for now, if you are to showcase your products, then we are giving an introductory offer of free for the first 100 Kenyans. Then we shall introduce a cost to the same after that. However, there is also the bit about e-learning. We are putting together the various modules, and we shall attach different costs to different modules depending on how long they take. And one of us was asking about whether you need to register for you to partake of any course. And we are saying, yes, you need to register because this portal is for Kenyans. And part of what we just must confirm is that you are a Kenyan for you to enjoy several services. Actually, I should say this, that largely quite a number of services will eventually be restricted to certain people depending on the need. For example, what I just mentioned about learning, that will strictly be for Kenyans, meaning as you register, you will be validated whether you are a Kenyan or not. Also, the statistics that we are talking about, this is part of intelligence that is supposed to help Kenyans. So it will also be restricted and you must be registered so that we can validate who is accessing which information. From our past experience, we have seen quite a number of non-Kenyans taking advantage of intelligence. And intelligence is only useful if it lands to the right user. And we want to be so sure that it is benefiting Kenyans. Mary Kudinji, you are saying the link. I don't know what you meant. Did you mean the link for this portal? If that is the case, it is Make It Kenya. Make It Kenya.go.ke. Veronica Kihanja, thank you. You're asking, is there any interaction between the buyer and seller on maybe what someone can produce for a certain buyer? Assuming I am a farmer and I can do contract farming with a buyer. Good. Over and above what you're asking, Veronica, is you are still welcome to come and have a one-on-one interaction from our agency. You can call in, you can send an email on how you can be linked with a farmer who is selling whatever you are interested in. But more importantly, as Abno took us through, there is the buyer-seller interaction, which is on WhatsApp, which is also on this portal, or on email. So, but more specifically on what you're looking at, Veronica, you can feel free to walk to our offices or call or interact with us and we shall guide you. Remember, we are export-oriented, so we are very keen that the people who register on this portal meet certain criteria for them to go online and be ready to engage with potential buyers. Emmanuel Cheriot, you're asking, how can I become a KEPROBA member and how can I join the e-portal? Nice. Emmanuel, there is no membership for KEPROBA because KEPROBA is government and the government is here to serve her people. You are a Kenyan and you therefore become a member of those who are to enjoy several services. How do I join the e-portal? You join the e-portal to get particular services or depending on what you want to enjoy. Part of that is that you can get the statistics. As it is right now, you don't necessarily need to register. As I said, it's because it's introductory, but you can get to register on the portal yourself and have your products, have your company provided. Remember, as I mentioned, this portal is to help Kenyans, and if you are ready for export, this portal will validate the information that you have put across and get you to register, provide the information required, provide the product information that is required, and you shall be good to go. But if you are not ready into exports and you just want to peruse through, you don't need to register. If you need to go through the learning, then you need to register. So there are quite a number of parameters to that. Manuel, I think I've answered you. Peter Guerrero, you're saying, okay, thank you. Rajol services, you're asking what are the registration procedure? The procedure is very simple, Rajol, that when you are online, because you are an exporter, you click on seller. If you go online, the URL is makeitkenya.go.ke, and you'll see a button for registering on the buyer seller section. So you register as a seller, and the portal takes you through the procedure. But largely, if you are registering as a company, you will need to give your company details. For example, your registration number as per the Kenya Registration Bureau. And the system will confirm or will validate that information, whether it is legitimate or not. Then you proceed on, and KEPROBA shall be given a notification of your willingness to register, and you shall be considered and approved if the information is found to be correct. Then the next thing is for you to upload your products and or services, in which case the product and service will also be validated. We just want to be so sure that nobody registers and uploads images that are not very good, or worse still, images that are a bit compromising, hence messing our integrity as a nation. I hope that answers you, Rajol services. Jen Wenjiku Ujiri, you're saying, how can I know the categories listed? Sorry, I joined late. Okay, Jen, the portal is available. If you go to the buyer seller section, you'll see the various categories. And largely, we have made available all the categories that exist because we used what is called the HS coding, meaning the harmonized system, which is an international recognized system for categorization and coding of products and their subcategories and their larger categories, meaning therefore that products that we are doing here in Kenya are definitely well taken care of in that categorization. Then you check, and if you don't get that, you can come back to us. Be sharing our contacts. You can get to us, and we shall indeed be of help. We shall be glad to be of help to help you. I've just shared the email address of our colleague Edgar, who can assist you in that procedure. Patrick Minor, you're asking what foreigners do is they trick Africans that they want to buy innovative products, but all they want is to get product ideas. And they then steal the idea and produce in their own country, and Africa does not benefit. The state must be very aggressive in protecting intellectual property of exports. In other countries, for example, the US, intellectual property is so crucial for the economy that it is considered a national security issue, just re-emphasizing the importance of intellectual property. Thanks, Patrick. Yes, I remember your inquiry on that. Asante sana. We shall also engage our colleagues in the government on that, so that they can work with us, especially in strengthening areas that needs to be strengthened. Shiko Kiru, say hello. Is this an opportunity for all businesses? For example, we are in the service industry. Can we benefit from the platform? And the answer is yes. Go ahead and have yourself registered. As you remember, part of what we need from your end is legitimacy of registration as a business entity. Then how do you want to showcase your products, Shiro? How do you want, for example, if I was in tourism, how do I package my product so that it can be, somebody can appreciate it online and therefore can engage me on a product which I have showcased. So once again, Shiro, let's engage. I'm not very sure I understand what exactly you are dealing in, so that we know how, when we are talking about product catalog, what is your product catalog? Because remember, we are talking about online business here, and you need to package your products so that they are identifiable. So somebody can come back to you and engage. And, I think I have attempted all the questions that have come to the chat. I'm not sure whether there are any that anyone of us wants to verbalize. I'll be keen to pick them up. Over to you, Maureen.
Thank you. Thank you
sorry.
so much, Ruben. I think we will take some of this, we will respond to them personally. So kindly share with us your question, and if you can attach maybe your email address to that or your telephone number, we can be able to, reach out to you personally and respond to you. Thank you so much, Ruben, for that wonderful session. I hope all the questions we were able to answer them. Remember, you can continue to send us your questions on enquiries@brand.ke, and we'll be able to provide any support that you require as you get on board onto the e-portal. Right about now, I want to call upon the CEO of Kenya Export Promotion and Branding Agency, Dr. Wilfred Marube, who's going to give us his remarks and also officially commission the portal. Karibu sana, Bwana Wilfred Marube.
Yes, thank you, Maureen. And thank you, colleagues, and also other delegates in this particular call. Yes, I'm sorry I'm unable to activate my video, but I do believe that my voice will be adequate enough during this interaction. I wish to thank the team from the Kenya Export Promotion and Branding Agency for a job well done, and for ensuring that you're engaging all the stakeholders in the export sector, not just at the commissioning stage, but also at the concept development, and also within the time then when we had the first the demonstration done, you made sure that you basically have kept on engaging with the people who would be the hugest or the biggest beneficiaries of this particular project. I also wish to thank our partners who have funded this particular program that's going to benefit the people of Kenya. It's indeed a transformational portal in that it brings everybody else together. And we do believe that we'll be able to have many more other partners being part and parcel of this particular process to ensure that even the trade facilitators, the regulators, and other players within the facilitation side are also very key, also including our key partners as the business management organizations who basically carry all the exporters in the hands, and also the individual exporters and potential exporters who have been part of this conversation. I would say that we are keen to make this happen, and we count on your support and your feedback, because this system that has been developed is not for our use as an agency. A government's job is not to trade, but is to facilitate trade and indeed facilitate exports. So thank you very much for being part and parcel of this process. I'm sorry that I came in late, in that I was engaged in another activity. But I'm very glad that it's been a very fruitful engagement. We look forward to your feedback. And also, most importantly, working with us through the entire journey, that we're able now to get into the second phase of this particular product. Because within the second phase, we want it now to be much more transactional, including bring on board financial partners, insurance partners, logistical partners. So at the end of the day, as you engage with your key exporters and everybody else, you feel that you're part and parcel of this process. We also be engaging our missions abroad, our trade attaches, our high commissioners and ambassadors to ensure that they are part and parcel of this ecosystem. So I can only believe that this can only be better. And indeed, it will make sure that everybody who wants to get into the export trade is not just interacting with the sellers, but you're also getting intelligence. That is the statistics, the economic, the opportunities, and everything else that it entails. Otherwise, congratulations for everybody. And we look forward to making this particular exporters portal an example to be emulated, not just in the region, but globally. Thank you very much, and I wish you the best during the rest of the day. I do hereby commission this particular portal, that is at Make It Kenya.
Asante sana, Dr. Marube, for officially commissioning the e-portal. And as you've heard, this is a portal for all of us to transact, do business, and also, make a difference as we try and position our country in the global scene. Right about now, I think we've come to the end of this wonderful session. I've enjoyed interacting with all of you and also hearing from our technical team on what this particular portal will be able to deliver for us. Remember, if you have any questions or if you are going through any challenges as you log into the website, that is www.makeitkenya.go.ke. You can always reach out to us at enquiries@brand.ke. That is enquiries@brand.ke, or also reach out to us on the telephone numbers that have been shared on your screen, so that you can be able to support you effectively. Thank you so much for making time for this particular session. And as we close up, I want to call upon Hilda Ogada, who's the Manager Export Market Development, Keproba, to give us a vote of thanks. Karibu, Hilda.
Thank you very much, Maureen. Thank you very much, Maureen. We would like to express our sincere gratitude to all of you for attending this online event. Your presence and contribution and the questions you've asked meant a lot to us. And we believe that this commissioning has been a success. Special gratitude goes to our financier, the Swedish International Development Agency, and the administrator of the project, FSD, and our delivery partner, Kenya National Chamber of Commerce and Industry. We would also like to thank Keproba staff for supporting this initiative. And last but not least, to thank our CEO, Dr. Marube, for his guidance and support throughout the project. Thank you very much, and we will continue engaging. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Hilda, for that session. I think it's my honors right now to call this session to an end, and to also extend my thank you for making time to come and join us. You may leave at your pleasure, and remember to reach out to us if you have any challenges accessing the platform. Thank you, and may you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.